Hey all, this is Andros from Ranger Crew again, doing my episode 1 Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiger review. Pardon me for not looking like I'm looking directly at you, because I'm not. I'm reading off to the side here my whole synopsis, so I don't make too many mistakes. So, hopefully I'll get better at this over time, and hopefully you all will give me some suggestions of what I should do. So I'm going to begin with episode 1 of Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiger. It's titled The Space Pirates Appear. This episode begins with the invasion of the Zangiak Empire and the legendary Great War, where every Super Sentai member from the past 34 years is present, fighting together to defeat Zangiak. So this already begs one question from me. Granted, I'm not an expert of Super Sentai, but I do know a few things of some of the characters that have died. Like, I know Abra Killer from Abra Ranger, and I believe it's Dragon Ranger, forgive me if I'm wrong, from Zoo Ranger. They are both dead. But they're active in the Legendary War. How are they alive for this war? It's beyond me, personally. However, they are successful in defeating the Zangiak Empire for the time being, but the penalty for the success is the loss of the powers. Then emerges the Gokai Galleon. Our first look at anything real Gokaiger. Navi, the pirate's robot bird, expresses she senses the world's greatest treasure on Earth. This is when we meet the Gokaiger. I'm Luca, Don, Joe, and Captain Marvelous, and we get a look at the treasure chest that contains the Ranger Keys. The theme song for this series, going in order as the episode goes, the theme song for the series, I think, personally, is epic. Even if you don't know Japanese, the melody will be lodged in your mind for a long time. It's extremely catchy. It's upbeat, and is driven home with background guitar. It's almost as good, in my opinion, as the Shinkenger theme. And that's saying something, because I absolutely love the Shinkenger theme. So, anyway, after meeting our heroes, we are thrust into the first Zord battle with the newly emerged Empire. Begins with the Galleon, then becomes the Gokaio. They defeat it, and the Gokaigers decide to go to Earth. We come back to the Galleon, and it drops its anchors. Now, I have to point something out here. I have to say, if a huge red anchor was falling towards me in any fashion, I would move. I wouldn't just stand there and watch it fall, like 4 feet in front of me. But that's just me. I guess these people in Japan for the show have been through enough over 35 years, I guess, that an anchor falling from the sky doesn't scare them, so who knows. Anyway, the Gokaiger appear on a roof. They demand that the Earthlings hand over the treasure, but they are consequently told that nobody on Earth, to anyone's knowledge, knows what they're talking about. Now, just again, my opinion, does anyone else but me get the feeling that the treasure is not going to be something that Marvelous or the others can hold in their hand, or something material like that? I bet it'll be something to do with the passion of those who protect the planet, or something to that extent. Something mental, something, I don't know, I can't think of the word. Something that would be not physical representation of something else. Anyway, so then after that we meet the enemy, the leader of the Zangiak Empire, but in this episode he's only referred to as Boss. They appear to be quite the dysfunctional group, if you ask me. A leader who's hot-tempered and seems almost insane, and the others appear overly loyal. So, makes me wonder which one's gonna rebel first. Barzorg? I don't know. So we return to the pirates pawning off one of Luca's rings for 10 million yen, which I could handle that. Exchange rate's pretty high, so yeah, I could deal. They decide to go and eat, and of course, what else do they pick except curry? However, the place is attacked, and the meal is cut short before anyone even gets a chance to try the curry for the first time. Marvelous decides to return to the galleon because he has no interest in protecting the planet. However, before they can leave, they see a Zangak attacking innocent people. Marvelous seems almost unconcerned with the attack, but clearly Im and Luca are disturbed. Don just wants to return to the galleon, which, is proven by his question of, aren't we going back? But Joe just kind of stands there in amazement for the first moment. They all kind of toss around the idea. They remember that the Empire took over their planet and realize that the Earth is most likely destined for the same fate if somebody doesn't step in. I lost my place. There we go. Well, the Zangak apparently thrive on fear because of the one is threatening the woman and says he likes her expression and that he's enjoying her fear. Marvelous takes a stand for what he obviously intends to be one time only, and the others follow fearlessly. Thus we get the first henshin of the series. All 5 Gokaiger, red, blue, green, yellow, and pink. The cheesiest line I've ever heard in a TV show follows from a woman standing on the sidelines of the battle. She says, "Could it be the 35th Super Sentai?" I mean, really? Could the writers not have come up with something else a lot less cheesy? Anyway, the ensuing battle is, to quote Marvelous, showy. And just to make the fight even more showy, some of the Gokaiger switch weapons and fight with swords and guns. They then henshin change into Go Ranger, the first Super Sentai series. Quite the fanboy moment, if you ask me. The same woman appears to know everything about Super Sentai because she exclaims that Go Ranger is the first Super Sentai. If I were her and I had small children with me like she does, I would have run away a long time ago. I think her parental rights should be in question after that. The Go Ranger weapon they use is a bomb that becomes a garbage truck. Wow. Definitely didn't see that coming. They then henshin into Shinkenger, which I presume is because it is by far, from what I can tell, the favorite Sentai season of the last decade. Then another almost pointless henshin, in my opinion, to Magi Ranger. After attacked, they become the Gokaiger again and use the final wave attack with the swords and defeat the Zangak that was attacking. Again, that same woman and her kids are still standing there. Where's Decker Ranger when you need them? I mean, really. They explained to the woman that the reason they fought off the Zangak had nothing to do with defending the planet, but instead it had to do with avenging the fact that they were robbed of the curry and they were angry. We all know full well, clearly, that it was to protect the family in the first place, because Marvelous isn't a complete jerk. They all walk away, and we cut to the ending theme. This theme is not as catchy to me as Gokaiger's, but it's still worthy of note due to it teaching new, younger fans of the series all of the past Super Sentai names, so at least it will somewhat prepare them for what's coming within the next 50 or so episodes. And that brings episode 1 to a close. I think this episode is a great one. It's a fantastic start to an already promising series. The characters are likable, the filming style is great, the HD quality is amazingly clear, and the story is already captivating. And so that's going to conclude my first review Coming up next is my episode 2 review, so stay tuned and comment, rate, and subscribe, please. And thank you. Have a good evening.